The Raiders' 26-23 victory over the Ravens not only broke a long-standing trend of frustration for the Las Vegas team but also marked a key moment for Gardner Minshew, who showcased his ability to lead in high-pressure situations. Minshew's career has often been overshadowed by inconsistency, but this game proved his potential to rally a team, especially when all odds seemed stacked against them. Down by 10 points with just over 12 minutes left in the game, Minshew didn't flinch. Instead, he remained composed, leading 3 critical scoring drives that turned the tide. The connection between Minshew and Davante Adams was a major factor in the Raiders' comeback. Adams, one of the best receivers in the league, showed his ability to dominate against Baltimore's secondary, hauling in clutch catches. His 1-yard touchdown to tie the game with less than 4 minutes left was the culmination of an offense that began to find its rhythm just when it was most needed. Adams not only provided the Raiders with big plays but also gave Minshew a reliable target in key moments, especially after the team's offense had struggled the previous week. Daniel Carlson's performance also cannot be overlooked. Carlson was perfect on the day, hitting 4 field goals, including the game winner from 38 yards with just 27 seconds left. His accuracy and composure were instrumental in securing the win. In a game where every point mattered, Carlson's contributions kept the Raiders within striking distance and ultimately propelled them to victory. For the Ravens, the loss was particularly painful because they were in control for most of the second half. Derrick Henry, who had struggled to make an impact in Week 1, found his footing in this game, showcasing the power and vision that made him a 4-time Pro Bowler. His 17-yard run to set up a touchdown and his bulldozing score from the direct snap appeared to put the Ravens firmly in the driver's seat. However, Baltimore's inability to maintain control in the closing minutes of the game was their downfall. Lamar Jackson, despite throwing for 247 yards, was unable to produce the explosive running plays he's known for, largely due to the Raiders' defensive adjustments. Linebacker Robert Spillane's interception was a game-changing moment that shifted momentum back to Las Vegas. Jackson's pass, intended for Rashad Bateman, was expertly plucked from the receiver's arms, and the Raiders capitalized on the turnover. Jackson's frustration was evident, as Baltimore had multiple chances to put the game away but couldn't seal the deal. In the final 12 minutes, everything seemed to unravel for Baltimore. Their defense, which had been relatively solid up to that point, suddenly faltered under the pressure of the Raiders' fourth-quarter resurgence. Although Kyle Van Noy led the defensive effort with 2 sacks, the Ravens' secondary couldn't contain the Minshew-Adams connection when it mattered most. As the Ravens head into Week 3 still searching for their first win, they'll need to regroup quickly and address the issues that led to this late-game collapse. For Las Vegas, this victory represents a turning point in their early season, and potentially for their future as a team. After years of mediocrity and coming off a disappointing performance in Week 1, the Raiders now have a foundation to build on, both in terms of confidence and execution. Minshew's leadership in this game, combined with the talent surrounding him, particularly in Adams and Carlson, gives them reason to believe they can be a contender this season. Coach Antonio Pierce's post-game comments reflected the team's mindset. Beating a team like the Ravens, who had one of the best records in the NFL last season, and outplaying Lamar Jackson in the process is a significant achievement. The Raiders will look to carry this momentum into their home opener against Carolina, where they hope to continue building on their newfound success. As for Baltimore, their next challenge on the road in Dallas will be a crucial test to see if they can bounce back from a 0-2 start and regain the form that made them one of the league's top teams just a year ago.